Overpowered Demon Lord is betrayed, so he becomes a hermit and adopts an abandoned innocent cutie to turn her into a bad girl. In a big, spooky forest, we see a girl running as fast as she can. She then trips and falls, like everyone always does. A group of soldiers was chasing her, but they got scared and stopped for a moment. One of the soldiers told the others that deep in this forest, there's a demon lord, and he really hates humans. If you get too close to his home, he gets all violent and nasty. Just then, they got a message that the girl was nearby, so they started chasing her again. While she was running, the girl said sorry to someone named Natalia for running off without telling her. She was promising something, but then she fell again. As she stumbled, she saw a house in the distance and passed out. The next morning, Alan reads a newspaper headline that a bad lady from a different country has gone missing. He felt something strange and went into the forest to check it out. He saw some weird animals gathered and wondered if there was a monster around. But surprise, it wasn't a monster, it was the girl. He thought maybe she ran away from someone who took her like an abductor. The soldiers were hiding nearby, but Alan already knew about them. He used some basic magic tricks to mess with their heads. Alan saw their badges and knew they were from the Nara's kingdom, and they worked for the royal family. He asked them what they were doing there, but they just kept repeating that he had to give them the girl. They said she was a big criminal who brought shame to their nation. These silly soldiers didn't realize they were talking to the demon lord. They promised not to hurt him if he handed over the girl easily, but the boy wasn't scared at all. He said no way and refused to help the dumb soldiers. So, they pointed out that he couldn't use his hands and attacked him. But guess what? Alan could still use his magic. He gave those soldiers a big shock with his magic skills, and they were super surprised. Then, he got ready for his next move. The soldiers got really scared because they figured out the obvious. This boy was the demon lord who lived in the forest. But it was too late for them. The demon lord unleashed a super powerful attack that defeated all the soldiers. Then, he did something crazy. He used mind control to make the soldiers tell him what they'd say when asked about what happened. They would say they searched the forest but couldn't find any trace of the girl, so they thought she got attacked by a monster. After that, the demon lord sent the soldiers away as his new puppets, and they wouldn't remember what actually happened. Later on, we see Alan keeping an eye on the girl, still not believing that she's a major criminal wanted by the whole country. She woke up, and her name turned out to be Charlotte. He reads the newspaper about her being engaged to the prince of the Nara's kingdom, and that she was a traitor. Charlotte shyly tries to tell it was all a big lie. Charlotte was really upset and kept saying it wasn't true. But Alan had a special power. He could tell if someone was lying just by looking into their eyes. He saw Charlotte wasn't lying, and she started crying because he was the first person to believe her. She explained that she was at a party, and until her fiancé called her forward. She overheard people saying bad stuff about her being the child of a mistress. She ignored the comments, but then Prince Cecil accused her of doing evil things. She swore she didn't do any of it, but nobody believed her because she was the daughter of a mistress. Everyone believed Prince Cecil's words, as he said she was a traitor and even called off their engagement. He ordered her to be taken to prison, but Alan could see that she was framed. He thinks that maybe the prince didn't want to marry her, or perhaps he just wanted to clap someone else. Charlotte felt like she was bothering Alan, and she was about to leave. But Alan changed the subject and pointed out how messy the room was. He asked her if she knew how to clean. She said she was just okay at cleaning, but that's exactly what Alan was looking for. He offered her a job as a live-in maid to take care of the chores, but Charlotte reminded him that she was a wanted criminal. Alan had to think about it. You see, Alan lived deep in the forest, far away from other people. He didn't want to have anything to do with the outside world. Taking in a criminal would go against that, but he had a story to tell. 3 years ago, he was invited to join an adventurer party. He thought it would be fun and accepted, but they used him to open a temple seal to steal treasure, and then they betrayed him. They left him alone against a bunch of monsters. Charlotte thought that was terrible, and Alan couldn't believe how pure-hearted she was. She believed his story right away. Back then, he had no one to help him, so he thought they had something in common. However, Charlotte didn't want to cause any trouble for Alan and said no to his offer. So, Alan did something drastic. He put a curse on himself that would stop his heart in 3 minutes, and he said he wouldn't lift the curse until she agreed to work for him. Alan warned her that if she didn't decide soon, an innocent person would die because of her. Charlotte panicked at this crazy situation because she thought he was just a nice guy trying to help. All because she doesn't know he's the famous demon lord. He claimed he was a good person, but he reminded her she had only 2 minutes and 31 seconds to decide. And if that wasn't enough pressure, Alan said it was getting hard to breathe. Moments later, Charlotte gave in and became Alan's maid. Alan was amazed by how well she cleaned, and he remembered how rough her hands were when they first met. He realized that she might have been a noble girl, but she was more like a servant. Charlotte said all she did was polish the floor, and Alan used his magic to tidy things up. But Alan had a unique way of cleaning, which was basically burning stuff. It made Charlotte wonder if she was really needed. Alan pointed out how messy the room was before and confessed he had no idea how to keep a place clean. He said that when he was alone, he just used the oldest trick in the book, to pretend it isn't there. Charlotte was ready for her next chore, but Alan didn't have anything for her to do. He told her to do whatever she liked until dinner. She couldn't believe he wasn't worried about her stealing things. Alan explained he'd gone shopping for her earlier, and there wasn't much cash left for her to take. We call it waifu investment. Alan left Charlotte to do her own thing because he needed to work, and he told her not to bother him. Alan thought about how he couldn't ignore someone in trouble, but he also hated being social. He figured that even though Charlotte felt grateful now, she'd eventually get tired of him and leave, setting aside his Demon Lord duties, which are mostly don't disturb and don't be disturbed. Alan enjoyed one of his few hobbies. He liked finding mistakes in magical theory research papers and making corrections. After working for several hours on his research papers, Alan was shocked to find Charlotte standing behind him. She reminded him that he told her to do whatever she liked, and she had strangely chosen to count the grains on the wood floor. Alan discovered that Charlotte didn't have any hobbies. When she wasn't doing bridal training, she spent her time cleaning and mending clothes. She didn't have any free time for fun things. Alan couldn't believe she said such a sad thing with a smile. She continued her sad story, telling him that she didn't like her bridal training because she got yelled at a lot. When Alan asked for a recent happy memory, she mentioned the time her little sister Natalie brought her some fruit, even though it was a bit bruised. It was a special treat because they didn't get to eat such things often. Charlotte's story made Alan wonder why his face looked so scary to her, but he explained it was just the face he was born with. Alan thought about his own fun times at a magical academy, where he enjoyed making professors tear up with questions and blowing up classrooms with potion experiments. He thought Charlotte should be having a great time, but she had no hobbies or fun memories. So, Alan excitedly decided to give her a crash course in mischievous things in the world. He sold his magical equipment to afford it. He explained that being mischievous meant doing things that were not really good or moral but still fun. He loved this kind of stuff but noticed that Charlotte was an honest and genuine person. Alan wondered if she had ever stood up to the Duke's family. He realized that she spoke about them like they were her masters, not her family. Alan declared that he was going to start teaching Charlotte a lesson that would make her lose her old self. Charlotte, who was all about being pure and doing the right thing, got a bit scared. She was taught to stay away from bad stuff, but Alan assured her they wouldn't do anything illegal. Her fear turned to shock when Alan revealed that the first lesson was going to be about eating sweets. And that was just the beginning. He told her to eat and drink as much as she wanted, and that was their mischievous lesson for the day. Charlotte thought it wasn't a good idea because they needed to have a proper dinner, not just sweets, or it would be an unbalanced diet. Alan expected her to react this way and said this was exactly why he wanted to change her. He believed the Duke treated her like a servant despite calling it a family. Alan gave her a cake, but she refused, thinking she couldn't have cake for dinner. Alan reminded her he was her boss and ordered her to eat all the cakes. Charlotte couldn't believe it, but Alan threatened to use the death curse on himself again if she didn't listen. Charlotte thought maybe Alan should pick what he wanted first, but he surprised her by saying he didn't like sweets. She couldn't believe he sold his stuff to buy all this, and it amazed her when he did it because he thought it would make her happy. Alan thought she must hate sweets, but she actually loved them and took her first bite. The cake was absolutely delicious, and it made tears stream down Charlotte's face. Alan didn't quite get it and wondered if the cake had gone bad. But Charlotte explained that she was crying because no one had ever done something so nice for her before. She remembered her past and wasn't even sure if someone like her was allowed to be this happy. Alan told her to stop being silly because this was just the beginning. He planned to teach her all the joys in the world. He decided he was going to fill her up with food, show her all the fun things there were to do, and take her to places all around the world. He wanted her to have so much fun that she'd eventually get tired of it and say she was the happiest person in the world. Charlotte couldn't believe he was doing all this for a total stranger, and he admitted he didn't even know why he was doing it. But he was going to do it. Charlotte said she had no way to repay him, but he told her not to worry and to think of it as going along with his hobby. Charlotte wanted him to try some of the sweets, and he reminded her he didn't like sweets. But he gave in and tried it. To his surprise, it wasn't so bad, and they both enjoyed their super sweet dinner. Alan, who usually didn't like being social, decided to try it just this once, and they had a great time. But outside, danger was coming. Later, Alan starts thinking about how he met Charlotte and how she has grown on him. He never thought she would like cake so much. However, he wanted to go the extra mile for her, making her experience new things. He then smiled as he decided on his next crash course. The next day, Alan wakes up, wondering when he fell asleep. The hours he spent overnight weren't wasted though, as he admires his newly compiled naughty list. He is so impressed with himself and he thinks Charlotte will enjoy ticking off activities off the list too. He then realizes the list was made more to his interest than that of Charlotte. He thrashes the list with regret and decides to make a more suitable one for her. At that moment, Charlotte opens the room, wanting to clean out the study. She greets Alan, wondering why he was awake so early. He tells her he fell asleep in the study, trying his best to keep his new list secret. Charlotte asks him if it was work that kept him up all night, telling him that is bad for his health. Alan takes her advice and says he would be going to bed. He tells Charlotte to have breakfast without him. Just then Alan notices she is holding something and questions her about it. She tells him it's a broom and she wants to clean up the entrance. Alan was lost in thought, but Charlotte brings him back by asking if she wasn't supposed to. Alan tells her since she has cleaned up the places he assigned to her, she didn't need to clean up anymore. Charlotte reminds him that she's in his debt and she would like to make herself useful. Alan is in awe of how diligent she is, telling her it's okay to take things easy, especially early in the morning. She tells him she is used to the routine, and that she'll be fine. Alan asks her if she was cleaning every day she was at the Duke's mansion. Charlotte chuckles nervously. Alan thinks that her family must have had countless servants. The fact they still made her clean the house was just not right. He thought back to her story, of how she was treated like a servant and exiled for a crime she didn't commit. This pisses Alan off, but Charlotte tries to calm him down. She bids him a good rest as she exits, telling him she will try to clean quietly. Alan wonders why she doesn't speak ill of others or say any word of resentment against her family. He knew if he were in her position, those who offended him would have been crushed by now. He continues pondering why she won't say anything about those who offended her, though she has something to say. He sums up that her fear and self-esteem prevent her from speaking up. Suddenly a voice says good morning from outside. This causes Alan to rush to the front door to see a cat woman standing close to Charlotte. Alan rushes to her side and introduces her to the cat woman as his new maid. The cat woman brushes him aside and exchanges pleasantries with Charlotte. She introduces herself as Mayacha. She says she is a courier with Satiro's shipping company. Charlotte is too surprised to answer and Alan explains to her that Mayacha delivers his mails. Charlotte finally responds to Mayacha. Mayacha tells Alan she didn't know he could be so resourceful, calling him the Demon Lord. Charlotte is surprised by the name, but Alan tells her it's nothing but a nickname. Mayacha calls him Demon Lord once again, noting that Charlotte looks a bit familiar. She recounts seeing Charlotte in a recent issue of a newspaper. Charlotte's broom falls from her hands and she becomes scared. Alan sees her reaction and tries to sabotage the situation. He prepares an excuse. Mayacha tells him there is nothing to worry about, saying her company values customers' needs above all else. She tells him she doesn't mind who the maid in her customer's house is. Both Alan and Charlotte appreciate her confidentiality. Mayacha tells Alan that Nera's kingdom is outside their service area. Alan asks her if her actions would have been different if it was. Mayacha says who knows, but her expression shows it would have been a different story. They enter the house and Mayacha hands Alan's delivery to him. Alan asks if she can make a delivery for him, to which she answers in the affirmative. Charlotte asks him what he's delivering and he tells her it's a magic potion he makes for the magic store in town. Alan tells Mayacha to be careful and not let the bottle break while being transported. Mayacha tells him she will be extra careful since his potions are in high demand. Charlotte did not know Alan made a living from selling potions. Mayacha asks Alan why he doesn't want to live in town, since it would be easier for him to sell his potions that way. Alan just says there are too many people in the city. Mayacha recounts that he doesn't like being around people. She tells him to live a little since he is still so young. Alan tells her to mind her business with a stern look on his face. Mayacha is startled and tells him people call him Demon Lord because his face is so scary. Alan thought it was natural for people to say such things about an evil-looking sorcerer living in the city's outskirts. Alan goes back memory lane and we see 3 kids walking through the forest looking for the Demon Lord's lair. There are 2 boys and 1 girl. One of the boys tells the others that he heard the Demon Lord turn whoever comes close to his lair into puppets. The other boy is really excited, saying there must be a lot of puppets at the Demon Lord's lair. The girl, however, looks scared, telling the boys they shouldn't be going into the forest alone. The boys call her a chicken and one of them claims he will end the Demon Lord's life by himself. Suddenly, Alan appears behind them, telling them the forest is not safe for kids at night. The kids are petrified with fear and take to their heels when they notice he is the Demon Lord. This makes Alan a bit sad. Alan comes back to the present, telling Myra that kids enter the forest as a test of courage when they hear his nicknames. Alan says he just wants to live a quiet life. Charlotte asks if the title of Demon Lord is really just a nickname. Alan tells her it is and he is nothing but a simple sorcerer. Myra teases him, saying he hates people but he can't abandon those in need. She tells him to find a purpose for living or a hobby to pass away time. Alan tells her once again that it's none of her business. Alan approaches her and asks if her company handles mail order businesses. She tells him she can get anything he needs and hands him her company catalog. Alan looks through the catalog and hands it to Charlotte, telling her to make a list of whatever she may need from there. Charlotte makes her choice and Alan places the order. Charlotte promises Alan she will pay him back, but he tells her not to worry about it. Charlotte tells him she doesn't want to impose after everything he's done for her, but Alan assures her that he's fine. He tells her if she hesitates, he will buy every item in the catalog for her. At this point, Charlotte has no choice but to agree to choose whatever she wants from the catalog. Maicha laughs at Charlotte, telling her if she wants to end the Demon Lord's tyranny, all she has to do is tell him off. Charlotte replies that she can't because she is indebted to him. Maicha rushes to her side and says if she was in her shoes, she will give Alan a taste of her killer cat fists to end his arrogant attitude. She playfully uses Alan as a punching bag, saying it was a great way to relieve stress. Alan caught her catfish, laughing naughtily as he got an idea of a new thing to teach Charlotte. The next day, Maicha comes back to deliver the goods ordered by Charlotte and by Alan. Charlotte gets a small bag but Alan gets a huge wooden box. Alan peeps into the box and looks satisfied with his delivery items. Charlotte tries to look over his shoulder but he closes the box so she can't. Maicha asks Alan what he is going to do with the delivered package and he tells her he would use it, of course. Maicha says she isn't convinced he would use the package, but he tells her the package is not for him but for Charlotte. Charlotte is shocked the package is for her and asks Alan what he bought. Alan laughs and with a snap of his finger, the wooden box opens up to reveal a punching bag. Charlotte doesn't seem to know what it is, so Maicha explains its use to her. Charlotte doesn't understand why she should have a need for the punching bag, thinking it could be for physical exercise. Alan tells her that is the naughty item for the day. Maicha asks Alan what he means by naughty item. She also asks if it was a form of play and if was taking advantage of innocent Charlotte. Alan tells her her thoughts are running wild and he would never do anything so dangerous. Alan attaches a photo of her fiancé to the sandbag and helps Charlotte put on a boxing glove. Alan tells her she is all set to relieve herself of stress. He tells her to punch the bag as hard as she can manage. Charlotte is a bit reluctant to do it and Alan tells her she doesn't need to just accept everything. She needs to be angry. He tells her it's okay to be patient, but sometimes it's also okay to let go so she doesn't fall apart. He continues telling her the emotions she ignores won't go away, but will continue to build up until she is overwhelmed by them. Alan tells her in a villainous way that everyone hesitates the first time they are told to hit something, but eventually they all get addicted to hitting things. Charlotte tells him that she is not angry at anyone. Alan tells her he looked through many newspapers to get the photo. He also tells her he learned how they treated her as a villain in Nera's kingdom, which frustrated him. He asks Charlotte how she is not angry after everything they put her through while she lived at Nera's. Charlotte tells him the prince probably had a good reason, but Alan tells her it isn't reason enough for them to treat her like they did. Alan asks her if she will forgive all they've done to her. Charlotte tells him she has to, since she owes her life to them for bringing her up since she was a kid. She says she also feels bad for the prince for having her as a fiancé. Alan realizes her kind-heartedness is a big problem and it ruined his perfect plan. His plan had several stages. He first wanted Charlotte to resent all those who wronged her. Then the next thing would be to uncover the evil deeds of the prince. Then Charlotte's innocence would be proven and she would be free. Lastly, all problems will be taken care of and Charlotte will get to live a happy life. Alan realizes his plan isn't enough to make Charlotte express her emotions because he is so used to suppressing them. Maicha approaches him and advises him to leave matters as they are and he agrees with her. Alan realizes Charlotte's wound is deep but he can't wait for time to heal it. He approaches her and tells her to hit him instead of the sandbag. Charlotte is so shocked it looks as though she didn't hear him. Alan tells her once again to hit him as hard as she can, but she pulls away from him, saying he owes him too much to do such a thing. Alan tells her she doesn't have a choice and he enchants the glove on her hand. The enchanted glove punches Alan against Charlotte's will and knocks him down. Charlotte is scared for him and tells him her glove moved on his own. Alan tells her it's as a result of his magic, and that she landed a good punch. Charlotte tells him he's bleeding and tries to take the glove off, but Alan tells her he's okay. Alan looks at her in all seriousness and tells her that whatever she may do to hurt him, he would never abandon her. He tells her she is no longer in the household she was in before and that she has the freedom to do whatever and say whatever she pleases. He tells her she is free from her old life. Charlotte asks him if she had her punch him just to tell her that. Alan tells her she wouldn't listen to him otherwise. Charlotte tells him angrily he doesn't have to be so desperate. Alan is surprised she can be angry when she needs to be and tell her he can easily heal his wounds. He tells her nothing is permanent, hence she shouldn't be scared. She is not convinced, saying he felt pain regardless. She tells him not to do anything like that ever again because her heart can't take it. Alan promises he won't, taking the glove out of her hands. Charlotte seems to get the message. She announces she will try her best not to be so afraid anymore. She says she eventually wants to be able to say what she is thinking. Alan assures her he'll be beside her every step of the way. Alan apologizes to Maicha for making her deliver the sandbag on such short notice when there probably will be no need for it for a while. Maicha doesn't mind, telling him as long as he keeps patronizing her when he needs special items in the future. Alan is not sure why she thinks he'll need these special items. While he and Charlotte look at each other wondering about the special items, a dangerous character finds Alan's house in the forest. With a sinister laugh, the character vows he won't escape again. Alan asks Charlotte to choose between tea or coffee. Charlotte wants to have what he's having. Alan tells her he'll be having some nasty potions, so Charlotte quickly picks tea. Alan scolds her for not being honest, but she says it's nothing serious since it's just a beverage choice. Alan tells her she usually wasn't allowed to make a choice. She agrees, saying the time she ran away from home was the first time she ever made a choice for herself. Alan thinks it was an important choice she made for herself, assuring her to let him know if she wants to make similar choices. Charlotte thinks about what she would like to try after a sip of her tea. Suddenly the window bursts open and a cat woman sits on the ledge. Alan asks her how she found him. She tells him how she did and Alan praises her for her initiative. Charlotte asks Alan who the woman is and he immediately disappears from the window ledge and appears at Charlotte's side. She tells Charlotte she should be the one asking who she is. She, however, introduces herself as an apprentice sorcerer engineer called Erica Crawford. She tells Charlotte she is Alan's sister, but Alan corrects her, saying she's his stepsister. Alan tells Charlotte he lost his parents when he was younger and the Crawfords took him in. Charlotte apologizes for prying in his family business, but she tells him he doesn't mind. Erica tells Alan she doesn't mind and asks him who she is once again. She asks him if Charlotte is his girlfriend. They both answer no in unison. Alan stands and dramatically but firmly denies the girlfriend allegations made by Eruka. Eruka asks him if denying it doesn't make him sad, but Alan tells her he's indifferent. Eruka asks him once again who she is since she isn't his girlfriend. Alan introduces Charlotte to Eruka, but Charlotte wishes he didn't tell Eruka everything about her. Alan tells her there's no use hiding anything from Eruka because she will eventually find out any secrets they keep. Alan then recounts how he and Charlotte met. After Eruka understands who Charlotte is and why she's with Alan, she tells him she always thought he was a dummy, but she was wrong. She calls him a huge dummy and he asks her why she thinks he's dumb. She tells him instead of making her hit him and teaching her naughty things, he should teach her about things that girls actually like. Eruka sympathizes with Charlotte and asks her if she can do anything to help her situation. Charlotte asks Eruka if she isn't suspicious of her. Eruka tells her she's good in her books. She tells Charlotte that if she was a bad guy, Alan would know immediately. Alan asks Eruka what her purpose was for coming to see him. She tells him she wants to bring him home, but her mission doesn't matter anymore. She tells Alan she will take care of Charlotte. Alan doesn't believe her, saying he can teach Charlotte naughty things better than anyone. He tells Eruka she isn't needed. Eruka tells him there are some things only women can teach other women. They argue for a while, pulling Charlotte recklessly as though they are in a tug-of-war match. Finally, they decide to compete for who will teach Eruka naughty things. Alan, Charlotte, and Eruka go to an alleyway in a populated town. Alan casts a shape-shift spell on Charlotte which changes her hair color from blonde to black. Alan tells her he disguised her so no one recognizes her. Eruka offers to help Charlotte style her hair. Alan tells her though the disguise is perfect, she'll have to remove the disguise when they get home. Eruka asks him why and he tells her that blonde hair suits Charlotte better. Alan tells her he likes it better, which brings heat to Charlotte's face. Eruka is surprised by what he just said. She asks him if he's trying to score some points already. He doesn't seem to get what she means, so she tells him not to worry about it. After styling her hair, Iruka takes Charlotte's hand and runs off, saying she doesn't want her brother to score points. Alan asks her what she's going to do. Iruka says since it's a naughty challenge, she'll teach Charlotte how to dress up since all girls love the game of dress up. Iruka takes Charlotte to a dress store and she tries on a particular dress. Iruka thinks it suits her very well. Meanwhile, Alan is feeling so out of place but he can't leave in the middle of the competition. Being in a competition with Iruka once again is very nostalgic for Alan, and it brings back some memories of when the Crawfords took him in. Here we can see little Iruka bringing a chessboard to little Alan and initiating a competition. After a few moves, Alan checkmates her. Alan remembered how she always lost but she never gave up. Alan thinks it is her own way of getting close to him. Iruka calls out to him and reveals Charlotte behind a curtain wearing a new dress. Charlotte feels a little embarrassed but Iruka tells her she looks great. Iruka asks for Alan's opinion. Alan tells her Charlotte looks great, but the dress looks a little too short. Iruka tells him the skirt is alright but Alan thinks it could be Charlotte's first time wearing a short skirt. He thinks her skin looks smoother due to her improved diet. Suddenly Alan punches his chest and coughs out red water. Iruka and Charlotte are surprised but Alan tells them he's okay. He tells them his heart was beating too fast so he stopped it for a bit to calm it down. Charlotte tells him he shouldn't be stopping his heart so casually. Iruka tells him he pushes himself too hard sometimes. Iruka takes Charlotte back to the changing room to try on a new pair of clothes. She goes back to Alan, asking him what he wants her to do. He tells her he wants to know the current state of Nera's kingdom and what the nobles and people think of Charlotte. Iruka tells him she will ask her dad's friends for information about Nera's. She asks him if he wants her to look into the prince and his entire house, who falsely accused Charlotte. Alan tells her that can wait in the meantime. Iruka asks Alan if he'll let them go scot-free. Alan tells her he's definitely interested in the kind of person that can frame Charlotte. He is also interested in how she was treated when he was staying at the Duke's palace. He tells Iruka when he finds out these things he won't just stay quiet. He tells her he'll storm into the country and wreak havoc regardless of Charlotte's opinion. However, he tells her he's not ready for that yet so they can live their lives as they please for the moment. Iruka sees reason with him with a coy smile on her face. He asks her why she's making such a face and she tells him she's impressed with how much he has changed. She tells him he never concerned himself with other people's business but now that he does it's a good thing. Just then, Charlotte pokes her head out and asks for a hand with the dress clasps on her back. Iruka offers to give her a hand. Iruka goes behind the curtain. Charlotte shows her the position of the clasp and Iruka asks her to turn around. When Charlotte turns around, Iruka pauses, with surprise written all over her face. Charlotte asks her if she's alright. Iruka comes up with an excuse saying the clasp was indeed difficult to fasten. Iruka helps her and then draws back the curtain revealing Charlotte's new outfit to Alan. Alan tells Iruka he thinks the new outfit is too revealing as well. Iruka tells him not to be a prude, saying girls have to be competitive to win. Alan asks her what exactly they are fighting for but she dismisses his question. Iruka tells Alan that Charlotte's outfit has a huge opening in the back and invites him to come take a look. Alan tells her he's not mentally prepared for that sight but Iruka shows him anyway. He looks at Charlotte's exposed back and sees scars left by whips on her back. Iruka tells him to have a good look. Charlotte asks if everything is alright and Alan tells her everything is fine. He tells her he wishes the dress was less revealing but it looks good on her regardless. Alan looks at the scars thinking they were left by whip lashes. He thinks these lashes were used to instill fear and pain into Charlotte. He notices that Charlotte doesn't seem to know about the scars. He raises his hands and a bright green glow emerges from his palm, healing her scars. Charlotte tells him she feels warm and he lies to her, telling her he's amending a worn spot on her dress. She thanked him for that. Alan reasons that for her scars to clear up with simple magic, Charlotte didn't receive proper treatment for them. Alan still doesn't know what could have justified such hate towards Charlotte. Alan is fuming uncontrollably internally. Alan tells Iruka he will be needing her help to terminate the subjects of their earlier conversation. Iruka assures him of her full support. Charlotte asks who they will be terminating. Alan tells her book mites have infested their parents' home so he's asking Iruka to air the books under the sun. Charlotte tells him she doesn't like bugs. Alan tells her he doesn't like bugs too, metaphorically referring to the Duke and his family. Iruka then asks Alan to pick out a dress for Charlotte. Alan is surprised by this. Iruka asks him if he wants to concede but he tells her he won't be doing that anytime soon, though he wasn't comfortable doing it. He went over a few racks but couldn't make a choice. He picks one dress at random, asking Charlotte to try it on. Charlotte's face boils hot red. Alan asks her if something is wrong. He looks at the dress and notices it's not very decent. Iruka teases him for being too bold, but he tells her it's all a misunderstanding. They leave the dress shop. While walking down the street, Iruka asks Alan what he'll be doing for Charlotte. Alan tells her the naughty thing he's going to teach her is splurging. He tells Iruka he'll teach Charlotte how to relieve stress by buying things she wants without hesitation. Charlotte tells him to go easy on her. They come to a toy stand and Alan asks Charlotte if anything piques her interest. Alan tells her not to be shy and picks out different toys for her, but she doesn't like any of them. Iruka tells him he has zero taste, which crushes his spirit totally. After shopping, the trio sit around a table. Iruka sighs from the stress of shopping around a lot. She notices Charlotte making a face and asks her if she would have liked to shop for more items. Charlotte tells her she wants the entire opposite. In her opinion, they shopped for too much. She thinks they bought too many things for her, wasting money unnecessarily in the process. Alan tells her it's all needed to teach her how to be a bad girl. He tells her everything they bought looked great on her. Charlotte looks away embarrassed. Alan leans in close to her, asks her what's wrong. Charlotte covers her face in embarrassment. Iruka tells Alan is clueless and has no taste whatsoever. She tells him everything he picked out was lame and most of the things they ended up buying were her picks. Alan tells her she doesn't understand his taste because she has the mind of a child. They get into a heated argument, but Charlotte comes in as a third party to calm them down. Iruka tells Charlotte arguments between her and Alan aren't so serious. Charlotte tells her fighting between siblings isn't good and they both agree not to get into a brawl. Alan is determined not to lose to Iruka and tells Charlotte they have to continue shopping. Later in the day, as they are walking down the street, Iruka sees a man in a magical wheelchair. She immediately thinks the wheelchair looks cool, being a magical equipment freak. Iruka rushes off to take a closer look and Alan tells Charlotte they can leave her there. Charlotte follows him hesitantly. Alan stops in front of a jewelry stand and picks out a piece of jewelry for Charlotte. He tells her he picked it out because it matches the color of her eyes. He pays the stand owner, asking her to keep the change. The stand owner tells him he paid way too much. Alan tells her he likes to reward people for a job well done. Alan fixes the jewelry on Charlotte's hair and she tells him it's B's favorite gift. Alan's heart shimmers at her compliment. One of the passersby bumped into Charlotte rudely, knocking her into Alan's arms. Two guys tell Charlotte to watch where she's going. They tell Alan they are from a certain gang, but Alan tells them he doesn't know of such a gang. He tells them he hopes to resolve any quarrel they have with Charlotte peacefully, but they think he's a clown. They want to engage Alan in a fight and Alan is also ready to bring them down for their incompetence. Then he remembers that Charlotte doesn't like it when people fight. He calms himself and apologizes. One of the men tells him they'll forgive him if they let Charlotte lodge with them for a night. Alan is pissed off. They approach Charlotte, urging her to go with them, insulting the gift Alan bought for her. One of the men reaches out to touch Charlotte, but Alan grabs his fingers and subdues him easily. The other gang member pulls out a magical sword. Passersby urges Alan to run away quickly, but he destroys the gang member's sword and knocks him down with one punch. Everyone who gathered cheers for Alan. Alan realizes what he has done and immediately apologizes to Charlotte for scaring her by fighting. Charlotte tells him she understands he was trying to protect her, telling him she'll never be scared of him. Alan thought Charlotte would leave him immediately, but he's surprised to see she kinda likes him. Alan smiles down at her, telling her he's addicted to teaching her naughty things. Iruka mentally yields to Alan on the naughty challenge. At this moment, a huge golem appears behind Alan, standing over him menacingly. The golem tells Alan he knows he's the one who took down his boys. The golem and his gang members approached Alan. Charlotte hid behind him for protection. The golem easily towered over Alan. He wondered about the different ways he could hurt Alan. Alan walked up to him without a care in the world. Charlotte was scared for him, but Alan calmed her fears. When he got close enough to the golem, he asked him if he's Megath. The golem asked him why he cared. Alan confirmed he's indeed Megath. He tells him meeting him is nostalgic because he hasn't seen a Megath in years. He taps Megath lightly, laughing cheerfully. Megath is immediately angered and punches Alan, telling him he doesn't know him. Alan is unfazed by the punch, only the force of it moves him back an inch. Alan tells Megath he has poor memory. Alan introduces himself to Megath. Megath immediately bows down. He apologizes to Alan with fear and trembling for not knowing who he was. The gang members think their boss is a weakling for apologizing. They try to rile him up and get him to fight Alan. Megath immediately silences them so they don't provoke Alan further. Charlotte is confused by what is unfolding. Iruka comes out of the crowd to join her. She explains that her dad is the chairperson of the biggest magical academy which Alan attended. She tells Charlotte Alan graduated from the academy at the age of 12, making him the youngest in its history. She tells Charlotte the academy employed Alan as a teacher right after he graduated because he was a prodigy. Megadeth continues to apologize to Alan, calling him the Great Demon Lord. Charlotte asks Aruka about the name and she tells her it was Alan's nickname when he was a teacher. Alan tells Megadeth no one has called him by his nickname in a while. He asks Megadeth to raise his head since he didn't cause any trouble. Megadeth thinks he's been forgiven, but Alan tells him with a sinister smile that he did cause trouble for someone else. Megadeth is shivering now. Alan tries to explain who Charlotte is in their relationship, but he can't come up with the right words. Alan thinks about it for a second and comes to the conclusion that she's just a woman who is precious to him. He tells Megadeth that silently. The next day, Maicha and Aruka pay Alan a visit at his house in the forest. They come to find him sitting gloomily at the front steps. They are surprised to find him in this condition. They try to question themselves, trying to discern why Alan is looking as he does. Since they can't come up with anything, they decide to ask Alan what's wrong. Alan tells them he didn't know they've gotten so close to each other. Aruka has a eureka moment. She tells Alan the reason he's gloomy is because he had issues with Charlotte. Alan asks her how she was able to get what happened. Aruka tells him it's a no-brainer because nothing else could bother him like that. She asks him if they had a fight. Alan tells her it wasn't that simple. He recalled the events of the previous night. He and Charlotte were sitting at the tea table, having some tea. Alan proposes giving Charlotte some wages for her work. Charlotte tells him she can't accept that. He explains to her that she's been with him for months doing chores and it's only right she gets paid. Charlotte tells him she doesn't feel useful enough to be paid. Alan explains to her that she does more than just clean the house and she deserves compensation for her work. She asks Alan if he's sure of his decision. He tells her he's certain and she finally accepts her pay. She thanks him for the pay. Alan tells her she shouldn't save it but use it to get whatever she would like. Charlotte tells him she doesn't have anything special. After thinking for a bit, she comes up with something. Alan is eager for her to tell him. She tells him she would like to go to town alone. Back to the present, Alan is regretting his decision to let her go alone. Alan asks Maicha and Aruka for advice, but they're caught in their own conversation. Alan tells them to listen to him and he finally gets their attention. Aruka tells him she doesn't expect such behavior from Charlotte. Alan tells her she immediately took back her request, but he encouraged her to go ahead. Back to recalling the events of the previous night, he tells her he can make her wish happen with his magic. She thanks him for accepting. Aruka is surprised he actually accepted her request. Alan tells her he had no choice after hearing Charlotte pleading. Maicha tells him he chose a difficult path. Alan tells them he's concerned for her welfare. They tell him his situation can easily be rectified. Now we can see Charlotte in town alone. She is disguised so no one can recognize her. She can't believe she's actually in town alone. Suddenly, Alan, Maicha, and Aruka peek out of an alleyway. Alan is shocked they could easily tail Charlotte. Aruka tells him she's surprised he isn't the one who suggested they do. At that point, Charlotte brings out a map from her purse. She decides to go to a specific location. Alan is proud of her for using the map to find her way just like he taught her. Charlotte walks away and they heave a sigh of relief that they weren't found out. Aruka asks Alan why Charlotte decided to go to town alone. Alan tells her she wants to get something to buy. Maicha asks him if he knows what she wanted to buy. Alan tells her Charlotte told him it's a secret. Maicha and Aruka are shocked Charlotte didn't tell him. Alan is happy she is now becoming her own person by keeping something secret. Aruka and Maicha are worried that Alan is getting creepy. Charlotte walks around, not sure of where to go. Alan tells Aruka that Charlotte doesn't seem to know where she's going. Aruka agrees, saying she looks lost. Alan tells her that could be a problem. Charlotte looks at the map and looks around. She is not sure of her direction, but she starts moving regardless. Maicha tells Alan his assessment may be correct and Charlotte could be in danger. Alan asks her what she means. She tells him judging by the direction Charlotte is going, she could end up in the Mirror District. The Mirror District is a dangerous district controlled by a gang called Serpent Fang. The leader of the gang is named Grow the Viper Charmer. Alan is alarmed by this. Aruka asks him what they can do. She suggests she can bump into her and act as though it was an accident. Alan tells her not to bother. He tells her since it's Charlotte's first adventure they shouldn't butt in. Alan announces he has something to take care of. He leaves Maicha and Aruka to take care of Charlotte and runs off. They tell him goodbye. They keep an eye on Charlotte, wondering what she's looking for. They notice she was approaching an unsafe area. Maicha wonders what map she's looking at. Charlotte arrived at a crossroad. Maicha was scared of her taking the path to the left. Charlotte looked at her map and took that exact path. Iruka wonders where Alan went. Charlotte looks around and can't discern where she is. Suddenly several men approach her. Mayacha and Iruka are scared for Charlotte. Charlotte is now completely surrounded by the Mirrored gang members. Mayacha and Iruka want to rush to Charlotte's aid, but they stop immediately when the gang welcomes her. They throw a pseudo-welcome party and Gro introduces himself to Charlotte. All the gang members welcome her and Charlotte is surprised by this. Mayacha and Iruka can't make out what's going on. Alan suddenly comes back at that point. Iruka asks him where he has been. He tells her he went ahead and taught the gang members a lesson. He tells her he told them to treat Charlotte properly. Mayacha notices the gang members were beat up. Charlotte asks them if they were fine. They are surprised she noticed they were injured. She presents the leader with a magic potion to heal their wounds. They are all moved to tears and they bow to thank her for her kind gesture. Because of her kindness, they all vow to change their ways and live honest lives. Charlotte tells them they've thanked them enough. Alan praises Charlotte for earning the trust of the gang members. Gro asks her about her relationship with the Demon Lord. She asks him if they know Alan. They almost tell Charlotte what Alan did to them, but their leader stops them in time. Alan was ready to swing into action if they leaked the secret. Iruka tells him they were really threatened. He tells her he showed them his magic. Charlotte begins answering Gro's question with Alan looking at her from an alleyway in anticipation. She tells Gro how Alan took her in since she didn't have a home, so she concludes that he's her master. Alan is disappointed by her description of him. The gang members think she was threatened into submission. Gro thinks their relationship doesn't seem right. Alan is angry by their words, but he understands their point of view. He thinks she's too kind and modest for someone like him who's known as the Demon King. Charlotte assures the gang members that Alan is a misunderstood gentleman. The gang members can't believe their ears. Charlotte tells them Alan also teaches her naughty things, but they get the wrong idea. Iruka and Mayacha are disappointed with her poor description and Alan tells them he'll address it. Charlotte thanks the gang members for their time and takes her leave. Alan is grateful she wasn't harmed. Mayacha brings it to his attention that Charlotte was heading further into the dangerous district. Iruka tells him there are more dangerous squads in that area. With a coy smile on his face, Alan tells them there's nothing to worry about. Iruka hopes he won't be going ahead to pull that same stunt again. He tells her all he has to do is take control of the whole area. Iruka thinks he made a dumb decision. Alan goes through the district taking down different squads. Iruka and Mayacha do the same. They walk through the district easily and eventually their brutality ends. They defeat all the gangs to ensure there's no threat to Charlotte. Iruka asks Alan if there's any need to watch over Charlotte now that they've cleared out the district. Alan tells her she's on the right thought process, but he doesn't agree with her. She tells him Charlotte probably doesn't want him to know what she wants to buy. Alan is a bit hesitant regardless. Mayacha offers to watch over Charlotte alone. She tells Alan and Iruka to wait until Charlotte completes her shopping. Iruka thanks her. Alan and Iruka sit at a table, having some tea. Iruka asks him a question, but his mind is somewhere else. At that moment, Mayacha returns and tells them Charlotte has completed her shopping without a hitch. Alan commends her. He asks her if Charlotte will be alright since she's no longer watching over her. Mayacha tells him Charlotte came across one of her acquaintances and she's safe with her. She tells him Charlotte and her friend will be coming towards them soon. Alan tries to ask her about what Charlotte bought secretly. Mayacha tells him she didn't want to see what she bought because she felt it would be rude. Iruka notices Charlotte and beacons her over. Charlotte is happy to see them all. She rushes over to them and they exchange pleasantries. The jewelry shop owner was the acquaintance escorting Charlotte. She commends Alan. Alan doesn't understand what she means. Charlotte tells him everyone in town was talking about him. She tells him he made them feel safe. He asks her how he did that. She tells him because he cleared out the gang members from the district. Iruka teases him for helping people without meaning to. The store owner thanks him on behalf of the townsfolk. Alan thinks life is strange because he got thanks from other people for something he did just for Charlotte. He accepts her thanks modestly. She tells Alan he's a rare catch and commends Charlotte for taking him as her boyfriend. They are both embarrassed. Alan explains to the woman that they are not in a relationship. She wishes them good luck and walks away. Charlotte thanks her for accompanying her. Alan asks her how her shopping went. She tells him it went well. She produces what she bought and both Mayacha and Iruka recognize them as goods from a new shop. She presents it to them as their presents and they are really happy. They are surprised Charlotte came all the way to town to get them a gift with her first paycheck. Charlotte tells them she's showing gratitude to them for being kind to her. They are both happy with the gifts. Alan is feeling left out and asks her if she had something for him. She tells Alan she couldn't find anything he would like. Alan tells her he would have loved any gift that came from her. She apologizes for not thinking things through. Alan tells her he didn't mean to blame her. She tells him she's always been on the receiving end of how kindness that she doesn't even know what he likes. She notices a part of his robes that's flayed and offers to mend it for a start. She tells him while she's at it, he should tell her everything he likes so she can get him a present next time. Alan agrees. He observes a weird feeling in his heart and vows to cherish every moment with Charlotte. Watch this next video. See you on the next one.